Right back with part two, y'all. Still got the jacket on, still got the hoodie. We gonna jump right into what's going on with that because Romeo Jones talk too much. Man, boy, you gotta work on that, man. It's cool though. It's cool though. I know you get it from your granny and his grandmama. Yeah, you get it from your daddy, senior, and you get it from his not his mama, but her mama, his great grandmama, Catherine Sattler. But I love my grandma. May she rest in peace. She's so sweet. So I told y'all in the last video how I went on this bender, right? After my December 1st video, when I said, hey y'all, I'm done, I'm about to start the alcohol experiment, I'm really about to begin this journey, I want to change lives. I didn't drink for 6.5 days or something. On that 7th day, had a drink, right? Okay, cool. From the 7th, and I drank from the 7th to the 10th. No, to the slow down. From the 7th to the 17th. Well, check it out, right? On the 7th, I went to work. No, I drank when I got off work. So I was cool. I was cool. I was about to hit 7 days. Got up, boom. I don't work on Friday, right? Okay, cool. Go to work on Saturday. Uh, yeah, because I work the weekends. I go to work on Saturday. Cool. Now we all know that we work. When we working, everybody got different personalities. Everybody having different days. Everybody emotional intelligence is different. Some people they dog and they cat could have died at the same time last night, and you might not even know. This other person, they could have had somebody flick them off on the way to work, and it just screw up their whole day, right? So y'all get that part. So boom, I get to work, and they put me in a section where I'm gonna try to keep this simple for y'all, but follow me, okay? We have 6 sections in our restaurant, okay? And for the most part, every section stays the same. There's one instance where when we have a full floor, which is only on Saturdays and Sundays, because obviously, well, I'm not gonna say obviously, but that's when the restaurant is busiest. So that's when we have the most waiters and waitresses on our floor. This was Saturday, the ninth, right? I've been drinking for a few days, okay? But I wasn't, like I said, on this bender, I wasn't doing a whole lot. But it's just, a little is a lot. And one of the young ladies who works with me, you can just tell by her demeanor. The holidays are here. She's a single mom. She has 2 children. Like some people carry this weight on their shoulders, and I know this because my mom was one of those people. You know what I mean? Except my mom would kind of go to work and act like everything was cool and be cool with her coworkers and come home and take it out on our chihuahua and on us. You know what I mean? But that's no here, no now. So anyway, this girl always works in section 4. Like section 4, when she's at work, is her section. I float around. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of my tables. I'm gonna get them great service. I'm gonna make sure they order right. I'm gonna make my money. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get it. You hear me? And my manager appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So cool. And I'm gonna help to the team. So this girl works in section 4. When there's 6 servers on the floor, section 4 gets impacted to section 5. So section 4 loses 2 tables. Where you going with this, Jay? Keep in mind, I'm talking to y'all about how I keep letting alcohol impact my life, but how the alcohol experiment from Annie Grace and this alcohol experiment from Romeo Jones has gotten me on the path to sober curiosity, and I can feel it in my bones that I can't keep drinking, y'all. I'm not gonna just be like, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. I watched that video when I didn't like it. I'm on the I'm scratching at something. I'm digging it. I think I'm scratching at gold, y'all. I just have to keep digging. Don't stop digging. Cool. So this young lady's section, she has to give up 2 tables to section 5. Right? So that's the only little shift. Okay, there's 6 servers on. Well, section 5 is a small section. Section 4 is a big section. So what we gonna do section 4 on these busy Saturday and Sundays? And think about it, y'all. It's busy. You don't want a whole lot of tables when it's busy because your quality of service is gonna go down. Especially when your quality of service is pretty weak to begin with. But that's another topic. Okay. So cool. So I go on break. I come back from break. This young lady has a table in my section. Okay? We know how alcohol alters the brain, especially when the withdrawal. Hey, listen, y'all. The addictive part is what gets you high. The dopamine, hey girl, that poisonous part when it's coming out of you is when you like, oh girl, I'm sick. I ain't never drinking again. Where my wallet? Where my keys? Where did scratch come from? And what's this dent on my car? That it's man. Anyway, so, but I'm not, y'all. I'm not. It only been 2-3 days. I'm not even deep into my bender. I'm okay. You know what I mean? So I come over. Hey, I said, hey young lady, right? I said her name, but I'm gonna say, hey young lady, I'm back off break. I want you to know that, but you can take that table, right? Mind you, let me stop y'all. And this is where I want to grow as a man with emotional intelligence. Y'all remember when Chris Rock cracked a joke. Will Smith laughed at the joke. He looked at his wife. She wasn't laughing. Oh, hell no. I got to go do something. So what I'm going to do is walk on stage, smack Chris Rock on international TV. I don't know how Chris Rock did it. Man, that's amazing. Chris Rock, well, y'all, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me and kept going. I'm like, was this stage? If it was stage, he did smack it. He could have smacked you a little softer, G, or something, right? Chris Rock exemplified emotional intelligence. Will Smith is I have a lot of respect for Will Smith, and where I'm gonna give Will Smith a break is the power of that woman. Now, a woman is power. He was laughing. That's a good. Oh shit! I mean, all right, so I think what was that? This March or last March? I don't know, but I want to exemplify like a Chris Rock type personality and response in these type of situations where it's like, hey bro, I just cracked a joke. You had to get on the stage. Now, me at certain points in my life even if I think I would have ducked. But maybe that's the last thing he was thinking. So okay, maybe I didn't duck. I got smacked. Will Smith turned right around. Don't you ever? I would have tackled that man off the stage. Then we would have been looking like two heathens just on the Oscars, right there. Look at those black men down there in America, man. Hey, dude, I bet you $50 that he was gonna do that. I want my money. I told you they were gonna do something. But let's get back on topic here, y'all. I said, hey, I didn't get mad. I wasn't frustrated. The alcohol hadn't, the sin of the booze and me being irritated or upset or angry or hostile or aggressive wasn't there. I was like, hey, it's one table, y'all. One freaking table. Like, whatever. Even if it is $20, kudos to you, baby. Go and get that choo-choo train. You know what I'm saying? That ain't under your tree now. Whatever. She say to me, what you telling me for? Oh, this is the other part I forgot to tell y'all. I do want this to be a little entertaining, a little humorous. This young lady knows for a fact. There is no question. If you want to, there's two sides to the story. I feel that she knows for a fact. I've heard her tell people this. She probably told me this. That when there are 6 servers on our floor, Section 4 loses 2 tables that are added to Section 5. It's just a small little shift. Small shift. She knows this. So when I say, hey, I just want you to know I'm back off break, I'm thinking maybe she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But you can hide the table. I ain't tripping on that. I just want you to know I'm back. So, AKA, let's not this happen again. I'm back. I'm in action, baby. And I said, them my tables. No, they not your tables. They my tables. But Annette, it's 6 servers on the floor. I don't care. Oh shit, I think I just dropped her name. It's okay, it's early on. I gotta go back and edit it. I edit it, but slow down, Jerome. Little tiny little lady. You hear me? Little tiny. Got like the what they call it, the Napoleon complex. I thought that was a guy thing. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I don't think it had nothing to do with the Napoleon complex. I think it has to do with just so much stress. And in America, sometimes you just think money gonna solve everything. But I didn't work for the wealthiest man in this world. I mean, arguably, probably at some points in the world, and they had problems just like broke people, just like poor people. You hear me? That's why my boys love these third world countries, because they money goes so long over there, and people be grateful for little things over there. You know what I'm saying? You give a person $1 tip in some of these countries, and they start crying. In America, they looking at you like, man, what's this? And so anyway, y'all, I go to my manager because listen, at this point, drunk Jerome or going through withdrawal Jerome would have man. Well, I would walk up to the table after them. Excuse me, miss. She made a slight mistake. She a little, I'm y'all servant. You know what I mean? But well, let me go get Michelle. Let's settle this once and for all. Okay? And now I'm talking a bit, and that's why I wanted to work 5. I could have worked 6. But then that would have put my coworker in a situation where it could have maybe she would have got stepped on. And I was anticipating get stepped on, but I knew what I was gonna do. I was gonna clear the air. Okay, let me go get the captain. Hey, captain, the little lieutenant over there is saying something different than you said. You know what I'm saying? Which way we going with this? Because I told you, I'm not coming up here on those Saturdays and Sundays for no 3-table section. And that's what you would have in section 5 if 4 doesn't give up the 2. And she still got plenty without those 2. Boss come up and tell her, like, yeah, those are his tables. Guess what she did? You know I said she's supposed to give up 2 tables? She went and got some guests came through the door. She greeted the guests, hey, how are you doing? Welcome to our establishment. And took them to the second table I'm supposed to have it. Dang! You pow pow! You finna show me today, huh, young lady? Okay. Now I'm definitely working with 3 booths, you hear me? And now she's being so aggressive and greedy. I mean, I'm gonna tie this in with alcohol, y'all, because alcohol just have you off your P's and Q's. You understand me? So okay, cool. I go get the boss again. Boss, I don't know what's going on in this young lady's life, but she must not. I mean, she just sat another table at 45, and 44 and 45 are mine. And on top of that, because she knows that she wants to take these tables from me, as soon as she sat them down, can I get y'all something to drink? What kind of greeting is that? So now I can't take the table and earn some money. You gonna take the table and earn some pennies. No hi, welcome to blank. No hi, my name is blank. No just, sometimes I don't want to talk y'all, I'll just be smiling. How y'all doing? Hey, welcome. Nothing. Can I get y'all order? Hey. So, that's like, I come from the streets. Well, I grew up in the streets. They're like, you think I'm going to let you come take over my block with some weak product and some weak services? Man, get out of here, man. But this ain't that kind of, okay, that was off topic, y'all. And I don't edit these videos. I go live and I just drop them. If they not live, I'll just upload them as is. It's 2023. I like it like that. Boss say, yeah. Captain say, yeah. Hold on, let me go, man. Hey, man, what's going on? Ooh. She bullies the boss, the little one. The little officer bully the captain. By getting aggressive. No, them my tables. Ooh, I don't think y'all understand them my tables. You know them, not your tables, right? So she ended up giving them up. After she took a little bit of money out of my pocket, she finally gave them up. But she was livid. Very unpleasant for everyone to be around, creating an extremely hostile work environment. Now I'm not fearing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. Yeah, and I'm little. I ain't trying to tell y'all I want to die today, but if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. You could just be driving down the street and then boom. You know what I mean? Like I don't. So even if she was to, I don't know. I don't get scared. Like, oh my god. Give me my tables. We good. We could have did this a long time ago. Okay, you wanted to make this big scene about it. Cool. Sunday roll around. The boss, the captain, put me in a different section. Okay, she put me in a different section, and so now I don't have to deal with this. Are you gonna give it up, or And then she even gonna tell the boss and tell me that she don't talk to me because I'm trying to communicate with her. Don't talk to me. Have your boss talk to me. I will do that. Hey, boss, can you please relay this information for me? Hey, you said don't talk to you. Here go my boss. See, the boss take her in the back, show her, hey, young lady, you still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, nearly 8, even with giving up these 2, so he can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't think that's fair? you still have double what he has. And you know why I'm cool with those 5? Because I'm going to work that 5. I'm not about to get overwhelmed with that 5. Ain't nobody, only 4 people can sit at these booths. So I'm not going to get this big party and they're like, yeah, we want 10 milkshakes and 5 orange juice. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't putting no gratuity on the check. These people can have $1,000 bill and leave you $20 if they want to. That's how I go at this establishment. Not that that happens often. So, I'm gonna try to speed it up, y'all. I gotta speed it up. Unless I turn it into a part 3. I got it right now. I have the juice. Like I said, Jerome, I don't have a plan. My plan right now is to go. Alright? Rome is my name. Romeo. Okay, y'all? Where was I? I digressed. I feel like the preacher man. But even after everything, my boss came out, I want to say 4 times. 3 or 4 times telling her, hey, this is how it goes. And okay, she gave him up. Boom. I left work early that day with a buddy. I was like, yeah, no. That was I left with a buddy on Sunday. So anyway, okay, Sunday I work with her again, but like I told y'all, I'm not in her section. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it is what it is. I'm happy. They put me on the other side. Y'all know Rome gonna get his services on. So I don't have to interact with her. Well, listen, we have a computer system. And let's say you're putting something in the system, right? And then you get to a checkpoint where the system says, hey, they ordered this. What do they want? And you're like, dang it, I forgot to ask. Do they want, what kind would they like? So they go back to the table. When you notice that, you might want to, it's not something you want to do on a busy day. When it's not busy, it's not a big deal. But when it's busy, this can really slow people down. And if you don't care, it'll slow things down. So you don't want to be selfish like that. So I needed the computer. And we have 3 of these POS systems, point of sale systems. But one was down. So we had to work on 2. The 6 of us had to work on 2. All right? So I walk up to the computer. I see who the check name is. It's in the young ladies. And I'm like, hey, just walk to the other side. But then as I look at the order, I'm like, oh, this is all drinks. Right? It's literally drinks. So it's not like she'll have to come to the computer and re-enter every single order. Like, you know what I mean? Because sometimes, let's say you have six people and you put in 5 and on the 6th one you forget, dang, I forgot let me go find out. And then you get back to the computer and somebody already canceled it or sent it. And now you have to readjust. If they sent it to the kitchen, you got to get the kitchen involved and let them know to make it right. If they canceled it, now you have to re-input everything. That's why you don't want to be drunk, high, none of that goofy stuff. So you can be on your P's and Q's and let things flow. This is where I'm at in my life, y'all. I'm not at the golf course no more, but getting drunk increased my tips in many cases. Right? You getting drunk, you that false sense of confidence. You like, yeah, hit it right, hit golfer, man. It's going to get you right. So I sent it. And like I said, y'all, I went into detail because in my heart, again, and yeah, I had drank again. This ain't Saturday. This is Sunday now, and I had drank Saturday night. Maybe a little bit in the morning, and came into work because that's the nature of alcohol. It kind of got that slow slide slash. It's creepy, man. It's creepy. I'm good. There's other problems I need to worry about. I send it. She comes back, and she explodes. All of the energy that she had been holding in from that Saturday, she exploded. I know you ain't just seeing my... And guys, listen. Y'all want to go back to... I'm going to tap into my traumas. When there's when I feel bullied, I immediately go into attack. I will rarely go into flight if I feel bullied. Even if I know I could be taking a licking. It depends on the situation. You know what I mean? But honestly, I'm not talking about physical fighting with her. We're about to get into a verbal conflict. I know you ain't just saying all my stuff. Ooh. And I'm calm. I'm like, Annette, it was. Oh, I think I said her name again. Young lady, it was just drinks. I don't give a whoa. It was me on that computer. Mind you, this girl don't normally act like this, y'all. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? She's having a bad month right now, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, whatever, man. And then she say, I slap me a more. That'll be the day. That'll be the day. And it's not me trying to be tough. Like, you've already bullied me. You've already bullied the boss. Now you bully me again. And now you threatening me? And guess what the boss did? Nothing. I'm going to calm her down. Now, let me have said something like that. I probably would have been asked to leave or gotten a police escort right up out of there. We'll mail you. We'll email you. But because she's so amazing at playing this victim card, the boss feels bad about disciplining and reprimanding her. And now I'm looking at my boss different, like, hold on, you just gonna let her get away with this? So now, right, okay, cool. It didn't go that bad. I made me some decent money. My homeboy who drives, actually lives down the street from me. I usually ride with him on the weekends. He was about to leave. I'm like, hey, I'm done with my side work. I can leave with you. He like, cool. I was about to make a quick run. I'm like, bad. I'll ride with you. So I left at 12 when I normally would leave at around between 1 and 2 on this time. So now I don't work Monday. I don't work Tuesday. I go to work Wednesday. Oh, I forgot one part, y'all. Let's go back to Sunday after she was mad that I sent those drinks. Immediately, she pulls out her phone and dials a number. Like I told y'all, I ain't scared. And the only thing I'm scared is for 100 years. You hear me? I don't want 100 years. I'd rather get up out of here. That's like death. So anyway, she make a phone call. I think it's to one of her homegirls that actually works with us. They two peas in a pod. Two goofballs in a pod. Excuse me, I'm being mean. But like Dumb and Dumber. Let's say that. One without the other, they way different people. Put them together. Ooh, we got a tag team now, you know? So I'm thinking she called her. I ain't tripping on her. Call her. That's what y'all be doing if she was here anyway. That's why she ain't here. Don't work, so I leave. Don't work Monday. Don't work Tuesday. Show up Wednesday. They sit a mail in, and I work with her. They sit a mail in my section. She immediately comes and grabs him, right? She wasn't around. She wasn't paying attention. Someone came to the door. They got put in my section. She comes and snatches him up. You know, I'm thinking that here we go again. But I didn't care. I'm taking him. I don't know. You must know him if you're coming and grabbing him out of my section, the little dusty man. You hear me? I would have told him keep his tip. You look like you needed more than me, sir. And I need a haircut right now. But another one of my coworkers comes up and says, right after you left Saturday, that's the same dude who came. And she took him to the back and 5, which is closed. It's a Wednesday. 5 and 6 closed on the weekends. So she took him in a private area, not even in the open section. So everybody kind of like, well, what's she doing? She just, hey, we don't work like that. So she's doing things that are just out of the ordinary. She take him, she could put him in another section, right? Put him in another section. I know my stories will be long, but I don't care, and I'm gonna get better at condensing them. So I don't be doing stuff. Well, you know, you're going to make it too long and you're not going to edit it. And then I don't do nothing. Well, hey, whatever. Let's do it. My other coworker comes to me and says, that's the same guy that came after you left on Saturday and was just kind of in here acting a little weird, you know. They ain't come in with no all black on, no all ski mask on like they was finna get, you know, busy with them toolies and none, you know what I'm saying? But just like he want to investigate. Oh, what? Now listen, now I've been drinking. This ain't 2 days in, 3 days in, 4 days in. I'm a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm 7. I'm on a 7-day bender now. Remember I had a 10-day bender. I'm on a 7-day bender now. What? And how do I feel? I feel attacked. And now this is a male, so we can go pound for pound, bro. You know, however you want to do it, you know. And so I'm not sober Jerome. Here's go again, y'all. Hope y'all see that correlation. Sober Jerome would kind of been you know how you play limbo? I would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have been like Floyd Mayweather in the ring. I don't care who that is. If he come here and do something to me, I got a lawsuit. You know what I mean? I would have been thinking so many other ways, but Jerome off a 7-day bender, like, man, what? I go to the back instantly. I go to the back. He's sitting by himself. I see him sitting at 46 when he's facing me. When he see me come from the kitchen area, I instantly make that dumb. I give him them dumb dotted eyes, like, man, what up, man? I know we got that little glare right there on my eye, y'all. That's why I keep moving. But we gonna get better with time, and you gonna see it. Oh man, what? So now he's sitting right here. I'm coming from this way. I instantly, as soon as I walk out, I give him eye contact. And as I'm walking past him, I'm looking at him. Even as I'm past him, I'm still looking back at him, being very passive aggressive. Clearly letting him know if it's a problem here, let me know something. Right? So then I go back to the front. So mind you, before all this was happening, Jerome and Romeo was being good old Romeo. Right? I'm like, young lady, I don't want to fight. Why can't, I said a little, why can't we be friends? Why can't, I want a good work environment. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Calm down, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? Go get what you need. Smoke some weed. Call your sugar daddy. Call the pipe man. Whatever you need. Go do that. I find out that you just call him and you call him. Oh, so when you made that phone call on Sunday rather, he came. I was already gone. And then on Wednesday, which we both don't work on Monday and Tuesday, you called him back in. Now, if she was genuinely scared, right, then this is why I need to be on my P's and Q's and sober, and maybe y'all understand, because I hate when people do that. You gonna put your hand in the dog bowl, and when you get bit, cry. Put him down. Put the dog down. He bit me. You put your hand in his bowl. That's what a dog's supposed to do. Now I know I'm not a dog now, y'all, right? And then the dude check out, and I'm still feeling aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you came here for some conflict, I want to know. Don't be calm now. Like, hey, I want to go there and just check him out. That's not how I move. If my boys, if it's time to roll, we going to roll. We not going to. You just called me and said it's a problem here. So look. He walking out. I get the gangbang. I don't even gangbang no more, y'all. I'm gangbanging. I'm dropping the race. I'm GDK. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Chicago. I'm GDK. Oh, dang. Mind you, I ain't even GDK. Like, when I was. It depends what G set you from. You know what I'm saying? But my homies was mixed. You know what I'm saying? We just renegades. You know what I mean? But I'm away from that life. Do I still know my homies and get them a phone call? They pull right up on me in them Hellcats and them Trackhawks. You know what I'm saying? And them Audis. All type of cars. You hear me? My boy's still living that life. I'm trying to get away from fast money and the drugs and everything that come with that. Oh man, GDK. So now you can kind of tell he kind of looking a little like, dang, what she done got me into, you know? And I'll go up to her. I'm not begging, why can't we be friends? I'll say, hey, shorty. I'll say her name. I said, I promise you, stop playing with me. I will have y'all tucking y'all tail. Now look. I don't know who this dude is. Maybe he's loco. Maybe he got a warrant for 100 years. So he gonna do one more ludicrous thing before he turn himself in or jump off a bridge. Anything where it's like, I'm really putting myself at jeopardy. And now we got cameras everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. But me in my head, I know how real killers move. But I don't know this dude, so I can't say that. Maybe he not a real killer. Maybe he a goofy, because kids out here doing goofy stuff too. Like, hold on, you did what? But me, I'm sizing him up to the criteria of one of them Dondada / hitters that I know. And not even just know personally, but when you're looking at a person who my dad was one of them. But anyway, that's besides the point. And his dad. But anyway, that's besides the point, y'all. So then, I still ain't got to the point of why I got a coat on, y'all. So that's part 2. I'm going to drop a part 3, all right? This all backstory stuff. So, listen, I'm going to learn as I go, y'all. Just like when I was selling them cars and I was a raw car salesman. Not that sleazy when I had the 4 Fanatic page, baby, on Facebook. And I was getting busy. What is it, like 4 now, y'all? It's time to start getting ready for work. Dang, on the real. It's 4:52. I gotta walk out at 6, y'all. Good news is I took a bath last night. So, which I'm gonna start doing that just so I gotta be more focused and grounded in the morning for more mindfulness. But I was just so like, after the fact, I felt so ungrounded, lost. Jerome, what are you doing? Even if you did call your boys or like, what are we doing? How would that make you look? Now you the one putting all these people in work in a weird work environment. Cause all my boys gonna do is ask for a description and say how you want us to play it. You want us to wait to trail them, or you want us to press them? When I was active, I done so many favors for people that, yeah, I like favors that I don't want to cash in. They asked, man, when you gonna let me get you back, man, for that, And it just had me all the way off my just. So my point in this is alcohol. If I was sober, so let's go to a part 3 of this. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but we're gonna go through a part 3 because this is at 30 minutes, and I don't want the last time the first 30-minute video I did, it took a few hours to upload. It wasn't a hard wire, it was Wi-Fi. But I'm so grateful, y'all, for everything that I have, and yeah, it was a time I didn't know how I was gonna do anything. So listen, if you didn't see part 1, then you probably wouldn't get to part 2. But I'm gonna make a part 3 right now. This is me just reflecting on it, and it's actually good for me to watch these two, y'all. They're straight up rant. Like, had I been sober, yes, I would have been a little irritated. Yes, I would have been but you know what I would have thought if I was sober? That dude ain't here to handle no business. That dude here to make her feel good. Like, yeah, baby, you called me and I came. And because she knows that I wouldn't get aggressive with her. She's been aggressive with me in the past several times. When she gets, like I said, she's the type of person that when she's in a bad mood, everybody's going to know. And she's going to try to influence the mood of the environment. She knows that I wouldn't dare. If she smacked me like she said she was, I wouldn't have smacked her back. I would have called the cops. They would have called the cops. I would have been like, "You're done," because I could take a punch, like a punch. So your little smack was just gonna sting a little bit. I would have said, "Oh, that's it." Pow! Like, dang, you ain't even snap my neck. She, oh my God, that boy's strong. He got a strong neck. Yeah. But as she's being what she's being, I throw myself right up in that mix. Sober Jerome would have been like, hey, I don't think he built like that. And if he is, that's a hostile work environment. That could put me in a situation for a lawsuit if things get crazy. If you don't feed into it. Let's say he came in there, man, where you at? Where you at? I'm finna tear him up. And I'm like, hey, bing, bing, bing. Bro, that could be I'm not looking for no lawsuits. I'm not Smokey trying to slip on. I broke my back. I could care less. I got my own game plan. But for me to begin to, go in the back and mean mug him, and when he check out, start gang banging and all this, like, bro, even when I'm with gang bangers, I'm not gang banging. Even when I'm with killers, I'm not killing nobody. That's them days, not that I'm a killer, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was always around it. That's how we grew up. I know. I was, yeah. I wish it was different sometimes, but it is what it is. So, y'all, I gotta head into work real soon. So, let me go on and get ready to drop this part 3 for y'all, family, and bring this thing in for a closing. Okay? Much love. Like, share, subscribe. Mostly, if you know someone, share this. Okay? And I got some goodies in the description for you. So check that out for more. Okay? Later.